Hello, collective. Welcome to the channel. We got some stuff going on here. I just heard the word sultan. Sultan. We got some masculines out there wanting to harvest that which they gambled and lost. They want to force harvest it, even though it has been emancipated and enfolded into another family dynamic. So they really feel that they will have, these are pirates, so they feel that they have the right to just take whatever they want. These are entities, they don't have any, they got the value of dead men. They don't have anything at all. They are super mad that this woman is speaking freely, that she's not bound by their authority. They're upset that she's sacrilegious. They are pissed because they want what the Most High God has given her, this rainbow covenant, this planetary gatekeeper position. She's a magistrate. They're very, very upset. In order to make the boom, boom, but, it has to be a relationship. They have to go bump heads or whatever in order to get the transfer to transfer properly. So they need a relationship with this woman. It has to be, they're not going to get one, of course. The only way that they can get into that energy is if they force it, like a KID napper, like they've been talking about, and stealing her away from this family and taking from her the rainbow covenant and the authority and the properties that the Most High God has given her. These people want to, they've got a clone, a near replica or whatever, and they want to transfer. They want to go bum bum, and they want to transfer all the memories, all the soul memories, all the traumas, all that into this other person. They want to download the soul memory into this other person so that they can pretend to be that. And then they want to defile and degrade and harm in a brutal way this original entity, so that they flip into South Node and suffer. There's judges talking. There's a judge at least talking. When he wants to be heard, he's saying he's going to uphold the decision. And when he doesn't want to be heard, he's saying things like, you sacrificed your wives and replaced them with men dressed up as women. So these people are trying to say that this woman isn't responsible, that she's been divorced. So they're like, do you really want to go there? You know? And so they got all these kinds of arguments why she's unqualified. And the thing about it is that these people have been sacrificing her in a torturous, brutal manner every life cycle. And they've been burying her under this pain and the shame and the blame of their own atrocious life, the karmic transfer, debt, the sin, the magical transference of skin, kaparat, or whatever the hell that is. They want to do it again. They claim to be religious men. Some of them do claim to be religious. They're complaining that she's sacrilegious. They're complaining that she doesn't deserve the rainbow covenant. They're complaining that she does not deserve the gatekeeper of the planetary position. They're complaining that she doesn't deserve this authority. She doesn't deserve the right to speak, the right to be heard. She's just a woman. And they have a prostitution ring, a planetary human trafficking ring of the mother and the child. It's big business for these entities who don't have any life in them. They're dead men. They literally are cyborgs or some vampiric entity. They don't have any life in them. They don't have any seeds to contribute growth to the realm with. They don't have any wealth at all. They have to drain the life force out of others, and they have to claim their material items and stuff because they haven't earned anything. They can't. They're dead. They're not part of the life, the book of life. And so in order to appear as though they are, they come in and then they hijack a life and they say, it's you are me now. Now go away. And that's what they've been doing. So, that being said, we're at 5 minutes and 30 seconds into this video. So I'm going to go ahead and start the read, and I'm going to find out or get some more information about these traffickers. There's a lawyer, at least one lawyer, judiciary guy working with these masculines who have been enslaving the mother and the child for a long centuries, while chemically castrating the human masculine and making those who have any kind of vibrato in them shed blood in a war, become psychologically broken in a war. So what's going on with these vampiric entities? There's more of them here. I mean, more of them. These body snatcher, these pod people, these almost exact duplicates full of black energy and malice. There's more of them. There's like maybe 500 million or whatever regular humans, and the rest of them are just these genetic experiments. They're not part of the Rainbow Covenant of God. God has claimed the planet and given Rainbow Covenant to the mother and this planetary gatekeeper. These masculines are really pissed because they are foreign, they're invasive species, and they're not permitted to be here, although they're agent smithing using the medications as connectors and bridges to the minds and to the temples of people in these other timelines. So they're agent smithing people and going into these other spaces and places that they don't have permission to be in. They have not been given permission to be there. They've been ordered to stop using medicines, all medicines, as connectors and bridges, yet they refuse to give up this connector. What's going on with this, Spirit? Holy Spirit, what's going on with these greedy little dead people wanting to claim and rule over? So right now, it's like the majority, as far as I can tell, the majority of the rulers, the leaders in this world, especially masculines, are these masculines. They've traded in their wife, they sacrificed their wife and replaced them with a man who is dressing up like a woman. They have claimed all of the stars, all of the daughter of Eden, all of her gifts, her mental, her clairs. These men don't have any clairs. They're dead. They don't have access to the spiritual realm unless, of course, they steal it from a woman. And they're wanting to do a harvest. They're wanting to go out there and fight and conquer her, because that's all it is to them. It's a conquering. And they know that, you know, her heart is gentle. And when she thinks of making love, she's thinking of eternal love and building a family. And he's just thinking of gaining a paycheck or a status, a title that he has not earned the right to. Queen of Swords. She's out here spitting truth, and she's creating boundaries. What did he say? Well, it'll come to me. I recorded it. In the challenge position, we have 6 of Swords in the reverse. Unfinished business. Unfinished business. In the in the subconscious, we've got the hierophant. So Divine Feminine is a channel. She is a transmitter receiver of the divine. She receives information and she sends it to the Most High as a microphone, as an avatar, somebody collecting data in a realm and then transmitting it to the Most High. They had wrapped a lot of your crowns and disconnected you here while they bumped and then claimed that for their own. They kind of wrapped your crown and then stopped you from communicating, and then them as their low vibrational hoe bag self in your energy went and behaved atrociously and created this grand illusion that you were karmic. In the recent past, we've got the Fool. So there's a new opportunity here. New beginnings. Intentions and expectations. Seven of Pentacles. Rewards for your perseverance. You're getting a new beginning. You know the truth here, and somebody is resistant to this change. They don't want to let go. You spilled the beans. The truth is all out there. There's lots of evidence. They're saying that because this woman is divorced, that she's unworthy. But it's these ones who drove people's lives with this stupid Microsoft Wi-Fi soap opera that they kept driving into the transmitter receiver of the divine. Oh, you know, divorce, Jezebel, whatever, fight, argue, you know, and they kept messing with people, causing arguments, causing instability, and eventually a separation. And then they deceitfully convict people of not being able to manage their union, that they heavily interfered with to ensure that it would fail. They set people up for failure, drive them into it, and then they try to deceitfully convict them and say that they're unworthy of advancement because of it. They have many traps. Medication is one of them. They Agent Smith people. Once they elevate up into a higher dimensional space, they use these medicines as connectors and bridges, and they go in and they Agent Smith. They're a silent watcher. Sometimes they'll speak like the narcissist does. Sometimes the narcissist, they'll be sweet as pie, and then all of a sudden they get this crazy look in their eye and they'll get like really kind of weird. Yeah, it's that. Eight of Wands. So we've got air travel. We've got something happening swiftly. The results of something are in. The lens is being looked through. Five of Swords in the reverse. Regret. They have failed. And now they want to make amends. But the thing is, there's no making amends. There's no making amends with energies that meant to exterminate you, to exterminate the daughters of Eden, to genetically modify them, to force breed them into a new being so that God could not claim them as their own. Wicked. And they got judges and church leaders that they're talking to, trying to finagle their way into this. And of course, when they can be heard, they're saying all the right things, like, I'm going to uphold that, and, you know, this and that. But then they speak very hushed as they plot and scheme on gaining access. Let's make amends. Let's reconcile. Let's make it work. They've had thousands of years. They've broken every contract, every treaty. They've sacrificed every beautiful rose that they married. Over and over again. There's no making amends. They will do it again. This is who they are. They will not change. There's malice inside of them, and they despise the mother. They despise the fact that it is her who has the rainbow covenant and the planetary gatekeeper role and the magistrate. She's like the head justice or whatever. And these men who did not travel her life path, who thought that they had crushed her so bad on this impossible journey that she would never make it out, but she has, and now they're forced to listen to her. She's got a reward, and they don't want her to have any of it. They want to take it from her. Once again, they want to say she's unworthy. And if they can't take it from her, then they want to KID nap her and they want to go bump her into a clone and steal her identity, all of it. And then wrap her crown and unalive her and consume her. Drink her blood, eat the flesh, whatever. Rebirth her into eternal suffering. This is serious, man. Avoid the parties, for sure. These people are not your friends. There's a bad justice on the magistrate's judicial team. There's a bad religious leader out there scamming and scheming with entities on how to trap this woman and take everything from her. All men. We've got the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. It's a misfortune. They've been stealing. We've got 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. They're not getting the 10 of Pentacles. They want to make up. They want to kiss and make up now. It's like they need your services, but you don't want to service them. What did they do to the little indigenous children when they took them out and they bound their wrists and their hands turned purple and they really had graveyards everywhere? What did they do? Brutal. What did they do to the people who didn't want to give them the authority, who didn't want to give them the authority of a connection that they personally held with the Most High God, the creators of all that is? These men don't have that kind of authority, yet they're demanding that this woman give it to them. She has a direct connection to the Most High God. And you've got a freaking, whatever this religious person is, and this justice, this both masculine. They're coming at her from the law. They're coming at her from the religious. They're talking about the law, the police. It's like they want to make an arrest. They want to try to contain her so they can do something, boop, boop, and get rid of her. Hopes and fears. But first they have to get permission to be in the energy. They need you to believe that they're really sorry. But these are not entities that are sorry. They just need permission to remain in the energy and continue gaining off of your effort, because they could not take your identity and your wealth from you. God's right here. The Queen of Swords is right freaking here. These masculines are trying to stop her from moving forward. We got the Hermit here. So there's soul searching. You're looking into it. You're doing research. Whoa. And you got a Six of Wands victory. Public recognition. People can see these masculines are jealous. They didn't do any work. They ran around reading from a script. You know, they've been releasing red rumming and rapists while imprisoning the guy who couldn't pay his taxes for 3 years in a row, you know, and now he's homeless, living in a tent. And oh, by the way, being homeless is illegal too. While your money scammer, your white collar criminal, you know, making money on the side, dealing in human trafficking, you know, lots of profit. They are worried about losing their profit system. Justice is being delivered here for the history of what they have done. The law of cause and effect. Queen of Swords is right here. She's like, hello. I'm clear-minded. I'm very calm. Clear-minded. There's no emotions here that are making everything all catty-wonky. No, it just is what it is. It is what it is. You got a whole bunch of men out here that want to claim the identity of these women by bumping into them. Boop, boop. They want to go do the iPhone pairing thing. Boop. okay, I am you and you are me. Go deal with your karmic debt forever and eternity. That's what the Queen of Wands is here revealing. Clear-minded. She knows very clearly what they're doing. They've been trying to do it. So they say they're going to do the right thing and uphold a decision, but in the background, they're mumbling and talking to each other about how they're going to hijack and interfere with that. They're not loyal to this magistrate. They're not loyal to God who gave her the rainbow covenant. They want to destroy that connection. They're running hard as to why she is not worthy. They're talking about her pregnancies. They're talking about her divorce. Well, should I say failed pregnancies. They're making up all kinds of stories about that. The Queen of Swords is here with the truth, and she is rejecting them. She's clear-minded. She's rejecting them. No, get away. Get the F away. They were trying to take her life of luxury, her 10 of Pentacles, her new beginning that God gave her. They're sitting here in the environment trying to stop her from leaving. They don't want to let go of her mind. They feel that they have a right to be connected and bridged to her mental body and all of that, those gifts that God gave her, because there's medicine involved. They feel that any temple that has this medicine in it belongs to them and that they can just do whatever they want to do. They can rape, pillage, steal. They're pirates. They have no value. So they're trying to stop you. They want to delay your plans. You rejected them. Sex addiction. Maybe it could be that you're rejecting. So there's truth. We've got rejection. This is a man's hand. Could be the clear-minded truth of things. And the challenge could be stopping transition for those feminines who are addicted to having sex with divine masculines. They come up and they say, ooh, baby, baby. Boop, 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 boop. Ooh, thank you. So it's kind of like, prostitution in an all new manner. You're not using your ATM. You're not using your credit card. You're not going, boop, boop. Okay, what's the cost there, sweetheart? Oh, $200. Boop, boop. And then you touch the thing with your little credit card or whatever. Oh, no, you're not paying with credit card. You're paying with your soul every time you sleep with one of these women, because you're going to go, boop, boop, and you're going to download the entirety of the wealth of your soul and all of the special gifts of your mental body and your spirit. And all of those connections, those beautiful connections, they have access to. And they sleep with everybody. And they do this to everybody. And that's why they're shining so brightly and they're so damn happy. Their freaking spiritual bank account is on fire because they just stole everything from you. Reckless sex. Ooh. Divine masculine is rejecting them. They're stopping them from going forward. The hierophant is here. I miss you. We got the Fool, new beginning. New beginning, bad credit, debt, unemployed. Somebody's got bad credit. Somebody's got a new beginning. Somebody lost their job. There's no job. Bad credit. 7 of Pentacles, hard work. They want your credit. They want your credit. They got bad credit. So they got this sex addiction, you know, they've been downloading everybody's soul, wealth and their spiritual gifts and their light and all of that. They've got bad credit. A few days back, I heard a feminine ask this curator why she wasn't shining. It's like she's getting stripped of the energy that she's stealing through this reckless sex. They're being rejected. They're like, no. Because you're getting a new beginning, and what? Maybe now you have bad credit. You may have debt. Somebody's in debt. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. We've got hard work, perseverance, reward. You might not have a job. So you did it your way. You did it your way. Long-term view. You worked real hard. Self-love. You persevered through the arrogant, stubborn, prideful person, demanding that you do it their way. And you chose self-love. And you chose your connection with the Most High. You got these masculines out there. They got all these programs, this religious program. They're in the religion. They're in the law. They're in these political leadership roles that they have completely twisted and fouled. So you persevered over dealing with this selfish, stubborn, arrogant masculine with your self-love. You persevered with self-love. Eight of Wands is here. Swift change. Praying. Could be your prayers are bringing about a swift change. Somebody wants to be forgiven. Five of Swords in the reverse. I heard somebody say, somebody was trying to slander this woman, Queen of Swords. They don't want her to be there. They want this woman in the Queen of Swords seat. But this Queen of Swords is this. She loves the truth. She loves herself. She's not playing with people. Five of Swords in the reverse. Somebody's in regret. They want to make amends. Of course. Oh, thought we've been working thousands of years. These jealous, envious, arrogant a-holes screwed up everything that at least one feminine leader wanted to accomplish here. She said, you guys jeopardized everything we've been working for. So this has been going on for thousands of years. They've been trafficking humanity, the apples of God's tree. They've been consuming them. And they've been trying to take over the planet and then terraform it into something for their own species, environment, whatever. They didn't want the human being to be able to survive here, I don't think, because it's the Garden of Eden. Their task is to destroy it, to flip it. And now they want to reconcile because they failed to take your Ten of Pentacles. They need to get back in the energy. Bumping heads. Bumping heads in the reverse. There's no bumping heads. They want to make amends because there's no bumping heads. Boop, boop. Thank you. Boop, boop. Oh, thanks for the deposit there, kind sir. Boop, boop. Oh, yes, I'm rich. I laid 3 today. I made a ton of money. There's no more bumping heads. They're not taking your 10 of Pentacles from you. They're being rejected, these sex addicts. We've got I miss you here. Hierophant, I miss you. Whoa. Yep. So they didn't get your fortune. They were trying to steal it. They have failed. They're all about reckless sex with proper words of love. It's sickening. You know, they use proper words of love and then they go out and behave recklessly with their sexuality. They brutalize some people that way and they feel it's a-okay. Nobody ever gets mad at the man who says, "What's wrong with raping an 11-year-old white woman?" They think it's perfectly freaking fine. They see nothing wrong with it, which is just saying something about their mind, man. So we got the Hermit here. Research. It's the reality of it. It's the reality of it. Divine Feminine. So there is the Hermit here shining a light. Seeking the truth. Divine Feminine. 6 of Wands. Public recognition. This person, this reckless sex addict, looks like rejected. There's no more bumping heads with this sex addict feminine. 6 of Wands is here, so public recognition. Shady. So you have public recognition. You've been promoted. You've been dealing with this shady people. You've got victory over the shady lady. But that could very well be a masculine too. Take it as it resonates. You've got victory over the shady lady. You're the Divine Feminine. And your family is fed up. This could be your spiritual family, you know, the star system from which you hail. So we've got divorce. There could be some kind of criminal legal matter going on. Somebody's claiming to be fake busy. They left you hanging. They abandoned you. They rejected you for this sex addict. And now you're closing the cycle of them feeding on the apple of God's tree. The daughters of Eden. There's massive regrets. Because they came for God's child. Shocking news, getting readings, they're shocked. They're drinking by themselves to cope. They're praying for an end to their karmic ties. Funeral. They're trapped by the memories. They're trapped by the memories, by the history. While you're going free and you're going to live in the moment. You're going to go have a nice time. This psycho won't let go. They're all up in their feelings. They're doing love spells. Round and round and round. They're all up in their feelings about doing love spells, getting married, sacrificing over and over and over again. You learned your karmic lesson and you earned spiritual gifts and you're turning your back on these ones and they're effed up over you. Jezebel is effed up over you. because it was all a freaking fairy tale and they're feeling like shit. Their GPS is love-hate. Their life path is a love-hate thing. Full of sweet talk and workplace affairs. You illuminated it. You discovered the truth. And they're worried about it. They're losing sleep over your illumination regarding their toxic lifestyle. You're saying goodbye. Bad news. You see their true colors. They're happy being single. And detached. And so that's what they're going to get. And the twin flames are running away from the backstabbing thug. Oh. It could be that it's too late for the backstabber thug because you got away. You got away. They're in a firestorm going down, down, down. Ring of fire. And there's the police station. So there could be something about the police station because they were talking about the law enforcement. There could be something going on. Somebody might be getting arrested. Somebody might want to be sending in an officer to make an arrest. They want to force this because divine feminine is victorious over these shady Jezebel, sex addicted, reckless love, downloaders of soul wealth, all of your spiritual wealth, all of your spiritual inheritance. They're tapping that every time you go lay with one of these. Oh, thank you. Let me empty that spiritual inheritance and bind you real quick. It's just not worth it. The cheap thrill that takes you for everything you've got and everything you didn't know you had. Queen of Swords knows the truth. She's got a clear mind about her. We've got rejected. Re-freaking-jected. Queen of Swords is rejecting something. What is Queen of Swords rejecting? Mystery. Illusion. Confusion. The Queen of Swords has rejected the illusion. The puzzle, the confusion, and the challenge. We've got Six of Swords in the reverse. So this sex-addicted entity here who's been downloading soul data through sexual harvest. So I guess the challenge is holding them back. Holding back those sex-addicted soul thieves. Single. Sex addiction. Targeting single men. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. The Hierophant is here and it says, I miss you. Top level. The Hierophant misses you. We've got the Fool here, and New beginnings, but we also have bad credit, debt, and unemployed. You have a new beginning here. Somebody is now in debt because of divine intervention. They have to give it all up. It's your stuff. Seven of Pentacles. You did the hard work and you persevered through the challenges that these ones presented to you with all of this energy harvesting and soul harvesting and memory wiping and harvesting and all that. So you persevered over this stubborn, selfish arrogance that was getting a paycheck off of your energy. You persevered through this arrogant person with self-love. They may not have loved you, but you loved you. You're royalty. You know, if the whole world is taking a big shit on you, there must be a reason why all these low vibrational people hate you, and it's true. There's a hierophant out here that misses you. This could be from a previous cycle. You know, and I think it is because this woman, this magistrate, she was accused of something and then kind of outcast. And from what I can tell, when she came here, the mission was to learn as much as you can about as much as you can regarding this scenario here. Nobody wanted to work with you. They were arrogant. They wanted you to do it their way. They didn't want to listen to what you had to say. So you chose self-love. Eight of Wands. There's a swift change here. You may have been praying for it. Air travel. Chew. Deep thinking. Chew. And we've got empty room in the reverse. So they're remembering, or maybe you're remembering, when the room wasn't empty. Maybe you've solved the puzzle and now this is the beginning of your opportunity. This is the end of you not having people in your life. You solved the puzzle. You prayed it. You prayed about it. You solved the puzzle. You got this crown. Five of Swords in the reverse. Somebody's in regret. They want to make amends. They can't bump heads. They can't download your soul data anymore. They can't wear it, dress up in it, pretend that they are you while they wrap your crown, hex it, vex it with voodoo or whatever, and then pretend to be you. They've been doing this. They've been harvesting the soul energy out of Divine Masculine and taking it to the other side. That's why Divine Masculine, I feel, has been suffering so badly. One of the reasons is these Jezebels out there harvesting your soul data and all your gifts, binding you with your semen. So there is a desire to reconcile. They can't bump heads with you. They're no longer telepathically connected. This is a forgotten person. You may not even know who this is. They want to reconcile. They've been telepathically siphoning your mind all this time, and you don't even know who they are. They didn't get your Ten of Pentacles. They were trying to steal it with reckless sex and proper words of love. They use proper words of religion too, but in the background, they're reading Psalms as though they're, and then cursing people. They're in charge of this reckless sex. It's the prostitution thing. It's an energy harvest ring. People are trained to go do that. So there's a misfortune. They're losing all their wealth because of this reckless sex and this game of love, this false game of love. Yeah, reckless sex. They've been harvesting beautiful energy out of Divine Masculine, And then they've been like sacrificing it. And then they've been running around together, these triangular whatevers, as though they're innocent and pure. They've taken it all from you, your beautiful, vital force. And then they leave you out there as some gigolo, just wantonly, you know, having these encounters while they stay connected to your soul and consistently download it, and your mind too, mess up your mind. We've got the Hermit here, shining a light on the soul, soul searching, divine feminine. You are divine feminine. And again, we've got miss you. This Hierophant misses you. They've done their research on you. They can see very clearly who you are. You have the crown. You are royalty. a true daughter of the Eden realm. So you've got this public recognition, 6 of Wands here. You've got public recognition, and you have gained a victory over these shady mask wearers. And you're letting them go. You're releasing them. Of course, they want to make up. You're the one with talent. You're the one that was born with talent. You're the one that they have mirrored. They've been pretending to be you, catfishing you and stuff. And now there's a time to stop that. Cool down. Cool down, you're going too fast. Because this apple is independent, did it all on their own, even with all of these other arrogant, thieving, brutalizing jackwagons, masculine and feminines. This one came out the other side of an impossible life path of brutality, trauma, torture. And these arrogant animals have the audacity to say anything at all after all of the brutality that they have delivered unto an innocent person, trying to prove her guilty. She was innocent. They burned her at the stake many times for being an oracle, for being a prophetess. She's supposed to guide kings, emperors, and these little jackwagons wanted to destroy her mind and her connection to source, and to stop her messaging forever. So she's fiercely independent. She is the apple. And the communication records, the messaging that was coming is from those toxic attachments, those that were attached to her. But now she is home and she's committed. She's got a protector that's very committed to going home, bringing home, getting her home. She's going home. She's going to home. Protecting the haven. Protecting the haven. Somebody may be looking for something, searching for you, wanting to take a risk, a chance, roll the dice on an encounter with a songstress. You singing your soul song. This could be an uninvited guest who sees you are the key, and they may want to tap that intuition because you're the rose. The snake wants to put out your light for money. They want to reconcile within divine timing and silence you again. But there's a breakup here. Evidence from the history. There's a change. You've been transformed and you have ascended out of the shadows. And so now they want to run away from the hidden truth. Because you are wide awake and clear-minded. You are firm. And you know that these affairs, these mistresses, these third parties, this reckless sex was taboo, is forbidden. Energetic harvest. You knew it. You didn't participate in it. You didn't do any magic on anybody. You didn't go out and sexually harvest anybody. You didn't do any malicious behaviors trying to get one over on or get something out of one or take something from somebody, replace somebody in something, steal from them their rewards, their title, their authority, their gain. You didn't do any of that. But these guys did. That's the way that they get along. And here's the Queen of Swords, telling the truth, spilling the beans. The illusion is rejected. Rejecting the mystery. There's no mystery anymore. We have sex-addicted women targeting single men, stopping their forward movement, trapping them in this reckless sex cycle. And stealing all their money, all their soul wealth, their soul value, draining it out of them with a sexual encounter. Again, it was forbidden. So Queen of Swords, the truth of Queen of Swords, justice is here. We're rejecting the illusion. We're rejecting this confusion. Curse. Queen of Swords. Rejected. The mystery is everybody's been cursed. They've been doing magic, cursing everybody with these reckless sexual encounters. They've been taking the value from people's soul, effectively taking their reward for the work that was done. So if you're wondering why you didn't get ahead in anywhere, I don't know. Some people change or trade reckless sex for wealth, you know. Maybe they just like that. I don't know. Whatever. Some people have goals and some people just want to get off, I guess. Damn it. So, obsession. Obsession. It's an obsession. They're obsessed with delaying your plans with this sex. So obsession, let me get this. Obsession. Yeah, obsession. I have brought you here 5 cellars underground because I love you. These people were obsessed with taking you underground and feeding you to this twisted thing who is now pissed off. Because they were siphoning your energy and taking it back to the other side, which is how they got clairs, which is how they got gifts, which is how they got the spiritual inheritance that the divine was rewarding you for persevering through whatever you did. They were coming in and sexing you up, and little did you know you were paying. Oh, thank you. It was a real good heist, and you never knew that they were sexing you up to rob you. It wasn't a good time because it was a good time and they liked you. They saw your mental and your life and thought you have something that they can take, and they took it. The hierophant is here. I miss you. Crown. Friendship. Friendship. Yeah. So has it occurred to you that it might be unsettling to see you arise from the grave to visit me? So you've been resurrected from these curses. The hierophant misses you. It could be that you were one of those earth angels that took the risk and came here to go through these cycles and gather information as to why the twin flames weren't coming together and producing the second son, you know, producing generations of children It could be that that's why. And maybe the Hierophant misses you because you are somebody. Maybe you don't remember who you are. But the Hierophant appears to miss you. You have a crown. And there's friendship here. So we've got a new beginning here. We've got unemployed, bad credit, debt, and divine intervention. So you got a new beginning. It's like all of your debt was paid by serendipity. Divine intervention has paid your debt. So this reckless sex, this deficit from having the value of your soul repeatedly siphoned out of you with this sex addicted whatever, it looks like you're getting a new beginning because your bad credit, your debt has been taken care of with divine intervention. Face. Divine intervention. Face. You are more beautiful now than ever. Scars are earned. Don't hide them. Divine intervention, serendipity, has scars to prove your debt was paid. The debt is paid. You have scars. All the scars that you have accrued throughout these many cycles of this bull crap. Face. Divine intervention. Face. You're peaceful. Divine intervention. You have been resurrected. You have been resurrected, and you got the peace, the doves of peace there. You have been resurrected. Divine intervention. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. Hard work, perseverance through selfish, stubborn, arrogant people with self-love. You're coming into a reward. You did good. You remained peaceful even while people were slicing you up in the 4D, trying to sacrifice you for gain over and over and over again. Dreams. Escape. So you persevered with a lot of hard work through some arrogant guy on this card. It's a masculine. Selfish, stubborn, arrogant, pride, and ego with your self-love. It's a female on that card. We've got escape and dreams. You have escaped the dreams. The bad dreams. You've escaped the dreams. You've been emancipated. The dream. You've escaped this story, this lifetime story. Divine Mother, in one of her aspects, stated that this was your last lifetime story, that they lost their dream come true when they came for you. The Hierophant misses you. You have a crown here. You are crowned. Very swiftly, 8 of Wands. There could be some air travel. Praying, your prayers might be heard. You've solved the puzzle. You've remembered something. You got the code word. The room is no longer empty. It's time for your opportunity. Mask. Mask. Empty room. There's a room full of masks. Who are you? Be wary of misdirection. People may not know who you are. People may be wondering who you are. Divine intervention, face. You've been resurrected. People are wondering who you are. You've solved the puzzle. You're faithful. You're prayerful. This Hierophant knows. But you got some folks out there that want to take you out. They want to take you in so that they can take you out. Basically. These religious people, you can't trust them. They know that you have this crown, but they've been sacrificing the crown for a long time. They've been doing that. Wearing masks. Pretending that your gifts are theirs. And they're not. Boop, boop. Oh, I'm just like you. But they're not. So we've got the Five of Swords in the reverse. Somebody has a desire to reconcile because you're not bumping heads anymore. They can't download your data anymore. This is a forgotten person from the past. Children of the night. So this is somebody, a child from the night. They've lost connection with you. They want to get back in there. They want to make plans to make amends because they need to get back in your energy. They're no longer able to tap in. They need to get back in, and they need you to allow that, to give permission, because they're a vampire. They didn't get your Ten of Pentacles. They were trying to steal it with this reckless sex. Back and forth, back and forth. Triad, this triangle, this, multiple lovers, in the dark and in the light. They go into the dark. This person goes into the dark and has reckless sex with a divine masculine, and then they go into the light with whoever this preferred person is and pretend like they're all innocent and pure. They got a Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. And divine masculine is like, boom, rejecting the sex addict. Choosing to be single and alone. Because they know that this person's cursing them. Stealing the value of their soul. And claiming it for their own. All the work. Harvesting them. It's exactly what they've been doing with this reckless sex. And they think because they make you feel good that it makes it okay if they take everything from you. They gave you a good time, man. Their sex is valuable. Unfinished business. Celebration in the reverse. There's no celebration. They didn't get the Ten of Pentacles. The research was done with the Hermit card here on Divine Feminine. You are seen and verified. We've got I miss you and I miss you. Harvest. They want to harvest you. They want to harvest you. This Hierophant says he misses you, but this is one of those they want to copycat you. They want to harvest you. And they want to be like you. This Hierophant is coming out. He sees your crown and he's like, "Hey, Divine Feminine, I've done my research. I see who you are. Oh, yeah, honey. Yeah, I miss you. Come on now." Because they want to harvest you. They want to go, bump, bump. Okay, now I'm just like you. Now get out of here, you trashy little broad. That's exactly what they're going to do. Exactly what they're going to do. You've got a victory here over these shady little shits. And this looks like, to me, that could be a masculine face wanting to be you. You're letting them go. They want to wear your mask. They want to appear like you. You're prayerful. You're the one who got the Rainbow Covenant. You're the one who got the planetary gatekeeper position. You're the magistrate, the dignitary. You're the one who's coming into this and sharing it with the people that these ones have been They've been gathering all this wealth and they have not been taking care of the people at all. They've been taking from the people, not giving to them. This Hierophant wants to wear your crown. You're letting them go. They're a bad experience. They've been feeding on you. Look at that. They've taken everything from you. You're letting them go. You're letting go of this experience. You're letting go of this illness. You're letting go of this rabies. These people got rabies of the mind or whatever. Look, they're in shock. They're in shock. They're in shock. They may feel they're in shock over your love. We've got a combination. This is a hybrid. Calling up phantoms from the book Tricksters. A trickster coming right at them right now. Yep. Because what they did was forbidden. They're in grief. These midnight gremlins are in grief. Pet cemetery, whatever, over the cat and their fate. Because they're pointing the finger. It's their turn to go have lifetime stories. You were a warrior when it comes to this family who sacrificed you for your blessings. They were told not to go into that house. They were told not to hurt you. These animals have lied about you. They're not really human. They're boogeymen. Just here to sacrifice people. That's it. Smile in your face, entertain you, sex you up, and ruin your life. These are not like us. They look like us. I found out that the devil looked like us many years ago, and I had a woman attack me hard, and I'm like, honey, I don't know what to tell you. The freaking devil looks like us. Exactly. Except there's a black hole in their inside of them. There's just this gooey black tar. The energy of death. But they can camouflage it by having lots of reckless sex. They smell good. They look good. Don't worry. You won't mind if a little, what do they call that? Maggot? Their little maggot pops up once in a while. You won't mind. Don't worry, honey. Let me go take a bathroom break. Clean that right up for you. Death. Queen of Swords is here. The Truth is here. Very clear-minded. Rejecting the illusion. Rejecting these this curse. This mirror magic. She can see the mirror magic. She can see through the illusion. So she's there rejecting those that have been cursing others with this curse. Very strong. Brave, compassionate. Then the challenge position, we've got Six of Swords in the reverse. So there's no transition. There's no moving on for this sex addiction. It could be they've been targeting single men. They've been obsessed. They're pissed because they're failing. They can no longer harvest that. They're not able to harvest the single masculine anymore. Their Six of Swords is in the reverse. The Hierophant is here. It says, I miss you. And we've got Crown. And we've got Friendship. And we've got completion of a cycle. Completion of a cycle. You rose from the dead. Says, I miss you. Crown, you rose from the dead. This jackwagon probably sacrificed you long, long ago. And they wanted to come right in and say, oh, I miss you. Let's do it again. Seek counsel. This cycle has come to a close. This friendship is over. This friendship is over. They're saying they miss you. You have the crown. This friendship is over. They cursed you for this sex addict. They cursed you with a lifetime of loneliness while drawing off of you and dressing up their little hoe bag here. Yep, the hierophant is saying, I miss you. You are top level, crown. They can never, ever match you. This person will never match you. They put you through an impossible life path. This friendship is over. You got the new beginning here. Okay? Your debt is paid by divine intervention, serendipity. We've got the face. Your scars make you more beautiful. You have the doves above you. You are peaceful after all of this, and you're getting a rebirth. Revitalization. You worked very hard. You persevered through this selfish, stubborn, arrogant jackwagon who wanted things their way. With self-love, you poured into yourself while they were pouring into this sex addict, this walking corpse. You've escaped the dream, the trap that they had you in. Now they want you back. They want you back because they're not wearing your crown anymore. You're seen. You have the Six of Wands here. They need you back, divine feminine, so that they can harvest you again. This hierophant is not your friend. This is a this is a copycat, doppelganger, red rumming, premeditated thief. Bad, bad, bad man. You escaped the dream. They had you stuck in a freaking dream. Eight of Pentacles. You've got a new job. You're very ambitious. You've got the rebirth here very quickly. Your prayers are heard. You're getting quick results for the prayer work that you are doing. You're remembering things. Perhaps you've entered a code word or whatever. The empty room is no longer empty. You're getting opportunity here, and you've got somebody here who wants to wear you as a mask. King of Pentacles. They want your wealth. They want your wealth. We've got a multi-billion-dollar religious organization here that's not a church. It's an undercover operation for the suffering of royalty. So they can go, boom, 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 oh, I'm just like you, and wrap your crown up and then put you in some freaking hole. I saw, so in the desert, there was a woman that had her crown all wrapped in red cloth. They hexed and cursed her crown, and they didn't want her to be seen. And now you got this hierophant all up your rear end saying how much they miss you because you're no longer friends. You never were, man. You don't know who this person is. What do you mean you miss me? Who is that? It's a freaking vampire that was wearing your crown and your energy, sexing up this walking corpse with your energy last cycle. They're not going anywhere. They're nasty. So we've got the Five of Swords in the reverse. There's a desire to reconcile. They're not able to bump heads with you. This is a forgotten person. You don't even know who this person is. It's a children of the night. This is a creature of the night that wants a union with you. They didn't get your 10 of Pentacles with this reckless sex. They were using this passion project. They thought if they had the triangular thing, if they could get the two men with their macho and siphon the gifts out of the divine feminine, have her work with them, then they could most certainly overtake divine feminine and divine masculine. Unfinished business. There's no celebration here. We've got something happening very swiftly. The Hermit is here doing their research on divine feminine. Miss you. They want to harvest you. They're eager to harvest you and give you a 10 of Wands burden. They're eager to harvest you. This Hierophant is targeting you bad because you got a crown and you got public recognition over this shady little mask wearing vermin. You're letting them go. You're letting go of this experience. And look, 6 of Pentacles, you're giving whatever the Most High has given you as a reward, you're giving to the people. You're sharing it to the people. You're letting go of that experience. This Hierophant is trying to lure you back. They want to come in as some pious, very godly, masculine, but this isn't. This is somebody who's seeking your crown. You're not friends with this person. This friendship is complete. It's over. It's a successful ending. You have risen from the grave. They can no longer bump your head. They can no longer wear your crown. They miss you. They're not getting your intellectual property. They're not getting your rainbow covenant. They're upset because you're not religious. Apparently, they were asked, you took her life, and they said, she was sacrilegious. They burned you many times, over and over and over again, trying to burn out the seer in you. Because they didn't want you to be seen as a high priestess. They wanted to download all your stuff and be a Hierophant. But they're not. They're not. The clairs, the gifts they were enjoying were yours. This is a genetically modified twin, a copycat, wolf in sheep's clothing. King of Cups, divine masculine is bringing a tower, bringing a freaking tower. These people are in a nightmare. They're in a nightmare over this new beginning. And you leaving them behind due to the memories of what they had been doing, red rumming everybody. It's over. It's over. They're not nice. Your prayers are being answered. There's no longer an empty room. Somebody's wearing a mask though. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, this Hierophant wants your stuff. They're going to come in as a successful, religious, pious, holy man, but they want your crown. This is a forgotten person from the children of the night. They have been stalking you in the midnight hour. Those midnight, midnight, let's all gather at midnight and then keep everybody up until 5 a.m. talking about our shady little stuff about how we're going to harvest them and prostitute them and take all their stuff and whatever. They're not able to bump heads with you. They can't wear your crown anymore. So of course they miss you. It was never their crown. They couldn't take it. They couldn't take it. So now they got to get back in your energy. They got to get you to fall in love all over again. So they can wear your mask, your identity, your soul value. You may have survived decades, lifetimes of torturous trauma, and this schmuck wants to come in and say, ooh, I miss you. And then, boop, boop, oh, now I'm just like you. Brrr, get on, you little prostitute. That's exactly what they want to do. This is an arrogant, prideful schmuck, wanting things their way, targeting somebody who loves themselves, somebody who works very, very hard to earn something worthwhile, like truth, honor, love, respect, soul value. And you got this POS reading from script, repeating himself every Sunday. Oh, Father, Daddy, oh, you know, big actor. Come on, man. It's all show. And if you don't do it just like that, well, then you're not as holy as we are. Oh, you got to do it just right. You got to read, you got to say the proper words. It doesn't matter that the priest is shagging the freaking nun in the back room without her permission or consent. It doesn't matter that the baby is buried in the graveyard out back. It doesn't matter to them what you think of them. They're just going to cover it up. They just want your crown. That's why they have those kids in the first place, so that they can get rid of them and empty the freaking spiritual inheritance out of their mother's spiritual account. Mental witchery. They're very good at effing up a person's mind with their religious textbooks. They use that prayer work all the time to curse people. You're very calm. You're very strong. You're rejecting the illusion, the curse. They curse themselves. You're rejecting the mirror magic. The Queen of Swords can see the truth very clearly. See right through you. Calm, compassionate, strong. She can see those mirrors. She's releasing those people who caused confusion and cursed her. She's releasing those mystery enemies. They're in a Six of Swords in the reverse, sex addicted, single, independent, and alone. They were targeting single masculines, draining them of everything that they had of value in their soul and leaving them to just go party hardy and never get nothing done. They're obsessioned and they're pissed because they're not getting anything. Because you're worth saving. You were able to preserve yourself. The hierophant is here. I miss you, he says. I miss you. He was fighting you for your reward. He was fighting you for your reward, for your crown. This friendship is over. The World card is here. You are top level. If this person wants your crown and your reward, that person needs to go and walk that path. These guys have been using contracts, relationships, and all of that to go, boop, boop, oh no, I'm just like you. Now, rop, and get rid of you. This is what they do. Divine intervention is here. You're getting a new beginning. Your debt has been paid by serendipity. Divine intervention. The face of peace. Your scars make you so beautiful, and you get a rebirth. A rebirth of the sun. The dove of peace. A new family tree is being done. The other day, there was like a, you know, in that book or in that movie Avatar, how they had that big tree, the tree of life. It's like there is another tree of life. Like these people were not supposed to eat that off the tree, which is the apple, which is the original divine feminine that came here supposedly with Adam. Adam said, I want it my way. You do what I say. You got an attitude. And she's like, you know what? I love myself. And what you're doing here is just ridiculous. And I don't think it really sits well in my value system. She's royalty. She's got a crown. And he's just an arrogant little sex-addicted F-bomb. Effing up people's dreams. Trapping them there. Confining. Maybe they are confined. They're trying to escape their dreams. You have escaped the dream. This stupid little arrogant dream. Death. You've got a new job. We've got death. Maybe your new job is bringing death. An end to this. Queen of Swords. Rejecting the illusion. Rejecting the confusing mirror magicians. Bravely. Peacefully. Compassionately. Oh, but they hate her for it. They hate her for it. They're like, oh, I miss you. I miss you. Come on, let's get intimate. We got to have a relationship. The transfer doesn't work without a relationship. They've been saying this over and over again. They need a relationship in order for the transfer to work. They need your permission to give to them what you are, the value of your soul. iPhone to iPhone. Brr, thanks. Now I'm seen as this and I'm doing great. Hello, Daddy. 8 of Wands, air travel. Something's going very quickly. Your prayers are being heard. Perhaps they are being answered. You've solved the puzzle. You are remembered. The room is no longer empty wherever you are. We've got a mask and a King of Pentacles. There could be a King of Pentacles that's wearing a mask. They want to unalive you and take over your wealth is what they want to do. They want to separate you from your wealth. And it could very well be that they're going to be separated. Because that's their intention. We've got the 5 of Swords in the reverse. They have a desire to reconcile because they're no longer attached to your crown. This is a forgotten person. You don't even know who this person is. They're coming forward. I miss you. I miss you. You don't miss nothing except the benefit that you had off of a tortured soul of a divine woman, a royal woman. Children of the freaking night. Harmony, soulmate, partnership, high value. This is you. This is a forgotten person that you had perhaps contracted with. They've been wearing your crown. And I had a memory of when they unalived this person. It was, practice what you preach. He doesn't miss you. He misses your crown. He's upset that you survived. He didn't get your 10 of Pentacles. He didn't get your crown. Reckless sex and with stupid little false words of love. Unfinished business. Going into the shadows. Having sex. Reckless sex. Harvesting a divine masculine's soul value. Bringing it back to the other side. Dressing up in it. Paying off the boss. And then wearing your little white outfit. Running through daisy fields like you're innocent and pure. There's nothing to celebrate here. 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands. We got swift movement and adventure. Travel. Swift movement. Travel. Direct action. There's rapid events. Again, with the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands. Rapid events. There's no celebration. There's unfinished business. The Hermit is here, shining a light on direct feminine. We say, miss you. They want to harvest you and give you their 10 of Wands burden. They want your adventure. They want to harvest your adventure. They want to harvest your crown. They want to wear your face. They want to be seen as you. They want you to download your soul value into them. Thanks. All your data is now mine. Go away. They're being cast away. They want you to be cast away. They're in a 10 of Wands burden. They want to harvest you. They want to burden you. They want you cast away. They're not celebrating here. They're not getting what they needed. You've got a victory, a 6 of Wands victory over these shady, mask-wearing, lying sacks of crap. Speaking words of love, but it's just reckless. wanton, freaking, they're driven by their little phallus there. Letting go. You're letting go of this shady experience and you're moving into your Six of Pentacles. You're getting this beautiful charity. You are charity. You're sharing your charity with the community. You're letting go of this shady experience. And you're sharing your wealth, your 10 of Pentacles, with the community. We've got real estate. You could have a business. You might start a business. You're going to have this. You're giving the charity. You're being very generous with what you know, with how you moved through it. What happened to you? How did you survive it? These people are really messed up in the head because God is giving you a reward, and these masculines are furious. They've been wearing your crown for centuries. They used a marriage contract to sacrifice you, and they've been doing it over and over and over and over again in the 4D while you sleep. And you're sitting here wondering, why is life so hard? Why am I alone? Why is everybody treating me like shit, man? I don't, you don't make any waves. You're not doing nothing at all. And you got all these people freaking trying to take you out, seen and unseen. It's like, what's up, man? They're being dominated, manipulated, driven, religious witchery, trying to F up your world and keep everybody away from you. You've escaped these dreams. There's death here. Good news. You got a miracle. You have lived and learned a lot about these arrogant SOBs wearing your freaking crown. You have triumphed over this. Their commitment to rob you. They're blind to your fate, to your destiny. All they can do is daydream about it. They might be messed up in the head. They don't want to let you go. They're doing magic, trying to trap you and make you sick, lonely. They want your eternal love. They want to be seen as you. This is a bully. They've been hurting you a long time. But you're the gift, and you are okay. You are the blessing. You're stable, and you're persevering. In your mental body, you're persevering through all of these people who have collaborated together, strategized together to mind F you and take what's yours. Oh, I miss you. No, what they miss is your gift. They miss the work that they could do with your gifts. They miss having your merit. They miss being seen as you, a doer, capable, beautiful, honest, trustworthy, moral, ethical, honorable, humble, alone. These people have pulled bucks, a planet's wealth. You are the planetary gatekeeper. The magistrate, the dignitary, the rainbow covenant holder. And you got this hierophant here wanting to harvest you again. Fight with God. On the one hand, they're saying, oh, Daddy, I love you. And oh, Father loves me best. You're just a freaking Jezebel, whatever. I had one of these guys attack me, telling me how this was evil. I should go to hell, you know. They defile me or see me as defiled because the marriage contract I had was a business contract. There was nothing else to it. We had to buy a house. And they think that because of that, these third wheel enemies who've been out taking bribes, paying people off to go and scare you and hurt you and do that, now they're in fear. It just wasn't nice. They're in fear because God has given you a helping hand. And maybe they need a helping hand. They want to compromise now. They're in protest because they're experiencing the madness that they called forth upon you. You didn't do any of that. You didn't hex, curse, wrap anybody's crown. You didn't steal anybody's life path or destiny or try to step into their shoes. You didn't want to be seen as anybody important because you want glory from mankind. You just are who you are, accepting the grace of God as God sees you worthy of, and you got these little jackwagons coming around here causing you natural disasters, trying to take your stuff. Justice is going to happen for that. You're a sweetheart. They were keeping you apart from your sweetheart so that they could wear your stupid crown. Now they're having accidents. They're in danger, overloaded and overwhelmed. They're furious here because there's evidence of what they have done. Centuries have gone by. They have tortured you and murdered you in such horrendous ways. These men portraying themselves as men of God. They're worried because you're going to have a family. You have a family. You could be already in a marriage. Completely unfolded into this new family tree. And these ones are confined. They're losing their freedom. It's time for you to have sweet dreams. It's time for you to have friends that you can trust. You've got this beautiful halo, and it's time for you to go create as you were meant to do, with love and a vow to care about family. These people are sick. These people are sick because you're relaxed. They're praying for an apology. They use the prayers to curse you. This coach. What? They knew on advice? Well, knowledge. Maybe you are a coach now. You have gained so much knowledge here. With this real estate, you're going to start a new business with your person, your alliances. This is a completion of this cycle. You're going to come into the fruits of your labor. So the curses of the past that everybody was throwing on you are going back. This indulgent lifestyle of your enemy is being stopped. They're being rejected from whatever it is that you are getting ready for. And they're suffering a loss. They're losing things. They're in a nightmare. They're suffering. They got their highest, most eligible bachelor, if he even is a bachelor, if he even is, attracted to men. I mean, women. He just wants your crown. He wants your crown. He misses your crown. That's it. This friendship is over with the World card. You are lucky. You are lucky and fortunate in coming into a reward because of all this conflict that this person brought upon you. Stealing your crown. That's the sickest thing ever. A masculine masquerading out there in a divine feminine's crowned royal energy. What a putz. He cannot stand on his own 2 feet. He's got to wrap himself up in the energy of a divine feminine in order to be seen as holy. What's wrong with these people, man? They want to harvest you. They're spying on you, divine feminine. You're a legend. Divine Mother in one of her aspects stated that these people will not obtain you. This is it. This is the last lifetime story you will live. They are not going to get your crown. They're not taking anything from you. They will never get back what they have abused the living daylights out of you for. Nope, not going to get it. Because you're brave, because you're calm, and you can keep your peace. You can manage yourself well. In the face of brutality, in the form of a man made in the image of, wanting to burn you at the stake because you're sacrilegious, because you commune with nature, because you are one with the wind that gives you life, the water that fills your temple. They don't like your perspective on reality, so they want to make you disappear. They don't want you being an influence in the world. They want puppets to do as they say. And you are here giving your charity to people. sharing your wisdom and your knowledge about how to get that light shining bright, ground that temple into the earth, put those roots deep into the mother, so that these people who are trying to harvest energy out of the thin air, you need proper souls. You got to have grounding. Otherwise, they'll just come up and go, thank you, thank you. They'll bump into you while you're walking around at some concert. Thank you. Because you're not connected to the earth. They can just suck it right off you. I think this crown, this divine feminine, she's just trying to protect the energy of the people, because she knows what these people have been doing, harvesting the energy, tampering with their soul value, harvesting it, taking it right off you, just bumping, bump, 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 woo, yeah. But they can't bump anymore. Just stay away from this person, man. They're evil. They're evil. They're evil. They're a cult leader. They curse people. They're the mystery. You're rejecting them because they are the mystery. The confusing illusion, the missing piece of the puzzle. They are the ones who've been cursing people. You. They were mirroring you. They cursed you. This cult leader, hierophant. But you're strong and you're calm and you have a lot of inner peace. You're in your Queen of Swords energy. You know what the truth is, and you're rejecting this person. They're all wanting to come up and use their proper words, their snazzy little words that they use to write their little essay or whatever. It's got to be perfect. The people really have to get in their feels. It's got to sound holy, okay? It can't just be natural. It can't just be communion with the all that is. No. It's got to be a show. It's got to be an entertainment. And it must be done like this. And don't you dare do it like you want to do it, because how dare you go out there and earn your crown on your own? You're supposed to follow this person who wants to wear your crown. So there's no transition. There's no moving on for these who are addicted to using sex to harvest the value of people's soul. Single people, they may have to leave you alone. They're obsessed with it. They're really pissed off because they've got some failed attempts here. They're trying to find a new path and they're disappointed. In fact, they're really mad. They're obsessed by you. They're obsessed by you. It's a troll. It's a troll trying to preserve themselves. They're trying to save their own arse. And they need your money and your gifts and your authority, your identity, your rainbow covenant. This person's going to come in and want to get a contract so they can sacrifice you and be you. Boop, boop. Everything on your iPhone is mine now. Boop, boop. Oh, yeah. Now get out of here, broad. Because they prefer, their own people. Their own sex. These two men, they prefer their own kind. But they want the reward that you earn with your counterpart. They were your friends. They were your friend, but not anymore. We got a completion of that friendship cycle is what we got. No. Because they were vampiring your billionaire status. Lifetime story of Earth Woman. These vampires were torturing you, wearing your crown, and then broadcasting throughout the galaxy how weak you were. Mother. Top level. You're the master. This Hierophant here, they aren't. They're a vampire. Wanting to vampire the billionaire status of a legend. A legendary freaking rainbow covenant holder. This person has been presenting themselves as rainbow covenant holder and they're not. this divine feminine is. They've been researching her. They're stalking her. They're coming on hard and heavy. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. But they don't miss you. They want your crown. And they want to feed on you. And they want you outcast and heavily burdened. This is not your friend. This is not your friend. Triggered. They're triggered. You got a new family tree. You have a rebirth. You got your vital force. You're alive. They can't tap your crown anymore. You have a whole new family. They lost you. They gambled you. They lost you. They hurt you a long time, over and over and over again. They tortured you, man. They wanted to destroy your soul, burning you alive over and over again because you refused to give them God status. You and God are already talking in your closet, in your mind, you and God, and you got this hierophant here wanting to wear your crown, the one that you have earned in this communion with the Most High. This hierophant is coming up wanting to marry you, gain a contract so that they can then vampire your billionaire status, your reward that they were fighting with you for but lost. They did not get it. You got a new opportunity here, a new beginning. The Fool card is here. Your debt has been paid by divine intervention, serendipity, and catalyst. You've got the face of peace. You've got devs up here. You are the person of peace. And all of your scars have made you more beautiful. We've got a rebirth with the sun here. There is a celebration. You are revitalized and embraced by a new family tree. People are triggered here, man. They're triggered. They're triggered because you've got a 7 of Pentacles. You worked real hard, long term, with sustainable results. You overcame this arrogant, stubborn asshat wearing your crown with self-love. You're ambitious. And you're going to get a new job. You have escaped the dreams of these arrogant illusion casters, these magicians. It's over. We got the death card there. It's over for this fashion witch. They're not going to be cursing you anymore. They're not going to be cursing you anymore. We've got Swift here. Look, they could be the new snack. God said they were going to be the new fodder. These people who have been feeding God's family to the shadow demon are going to get snacked on. They're the new fodder. Your prayers were heard. These people had cursed your crown, wrapped your crown, shut you down in every way that they thought, buried you in the deepest hellhole that they didn't even, you went deeper than they thought. But your prayers were heard. You solved the puzzle. The rooms are not empty anymore. You've got a brand new opportunity here. And you've got this mask-wearing King of Pentacles wanting to come into. They're probably spying on you on the online community. They're trying to separate you from your stuff, doing the very least to gain the very most. This is a lazy Cornholio jackwagon who wants to come up and say, I miss you, but they don't even know you and you don't even know them. This is a red-rumming jackass that hurt you over and over and over again. And now they want to come up and get in your good graces. They want to come up and they want to tell you what you must do in order to gain God's favor, when you've already got it. The crown, the rainbow covenant, the position, the authority. But you've got all of these men out here that are intent on unaliving you, taking you out by force and commanding what God has given you. They're shitting on God's choice with their own arrogant self. A long ago forgotten person. Thousands of years they've been siphoning off of you, brutally torturing you in depth. Various ways, many various ways. You are a legend. You could be in a union too. You're in a high value union. You're a legend. So somebody has lost. They have a desire to reconcile. This is a forgotten person from the past. You don't even know who this is, but their energy is disgusting. They're like all over you, like stink on shit. They want to come up and freaking take your stuff and wear you. They're sick. They're sick. They've been red rumming people because people have their relationship with God, and they unalive people. These religious organizations, all of them have their own personal reasons why they got to go KILL somebody. They are the source of misery, dressed up in proper words of piety. While behind the scenes, they're operating these disgusting sex rings for money. They say be careful, but you know what? How can I? I mean, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. It is what it is. These are cult leaders cursing people, taking their wealth and their benefit that God gave them. This is a betrayal. And that was one of the first things that God said was betrayal. We got podcast in the reverse. Rapid action, adventure, travel. It won't be announced. Nobody will know when it's going to happen. It's not going to be a celebration. There's direct action being made. The Hermit is here doing research on this divine feminine. Miss you. They're very eager to harvest you, to download their 10 of Wands burden onto you and to cast you away. That's what this person is doing. I heard the religious person, they were saying, you need to talk to the Lord about that. But then they went ahead and started talking lower. Scheming, plotting, scamming. Oh, let's go tell her we miss her. Oh, let's go be friends. Oh, let's go do this. Let's get back in. They can't bump your head anymore. The tinfoil hat conspiracy was a lie. Everything they said about you was a lie. This unknown person from the past wants to come back into your present and tell you that they miss you, but who are they? They are a vampire that had been siphoning off of your billionaire status, off of your crown. They don't have clairs. They don't have gifts. They don't have anything. They were supposed to protect you and offer a safe space. And instead, they decided to RAPE and make money off of the woman's misery and all the children coming from her womb, while they chemically castrated the men or had them bleed in war. And they never stopped it. They never tried. They encouraged it, supported it. If it were if it were not so, it would not be the way that it is. They've had thousands of years to get rid of it, but they've only perfected their organization or whatever. So you got the Six of Wands, a public recognition victory over this shady, mask-wearing person. You're letting them go. You're letting go of this experience with these nasty people who've just been feeding on you. They've been stealing your gifts. They've been feeding on you. They've been entrapping you. They've been harming you. They've been sucking you dry. You're letting go of the experience. And you're getting a whole bunch. Look, there's employment. So you've got employment, real estate. You've got generous information and wealth of knowledge that you have gained through this experience. So you're going to share that information. You're going to give the community charity over this experience, this trauma bonded experience. How do you get beyond the trauma bonded experiences? How do you move beyond that? How do you move beyond the trauma bond of a love bombing, gaslighting, narcissistic, misogynistic, thief vampire that's been siphoning off of your beautiful divine energy for a long, long time? Wow. Requires attention, lots of focus. We've got the oracle here. Stay in your lane, stay in your lane, telling these people to stay in their lane. These jealous people that are being warned. There's red flags here. This influencer is a star seed. This crown is worthy of this crown. You've got these trolls out here, these vampires out here, dressed up as a hierophant out here, wanting to get with you, divine feminine, to steal your crown again, to dress up in your memories, your soul value, all of that value that you have added your soul through all of the shadow work and effort that you put into preserving your own life and your soul. These people want to come up and they want to bump and say, oh, I did it. And they're so irresponsible, they can't handle shit. They're not good guardians or guides for the women or children. Absolutely not. It doesn't matter what their script says. The truth is plain to see. There's been great suffering in the world, and they did nothing. A man gets his value by protecting the vulnerable. And what these cult-leading people did was harvest them for their crown, while they vampired them and their billionaire status. These are the children of divine. Yeah. The narcissist thinks you're a bitch, but you're like, go F yourself. Just F off, man. You took care of yourself while this shadow demon was messing around with your empathic temple for a status of privilege. You're taking the land back from somebody who does the most for somebody who cares the very least. They've been snacking on you. Royalty, divine feminine. These shady people, these feral people have been snacking on you and your rainbow covenant. They never had the rainbow covenant. It was never theirs. It was the oracles, the same one that they've burned over and over and over again to try to suck out the memory of their royalty, to strip from them everything and leave them with nothing except prostitute, peasant, slave. They replaced this person with this. They left you there for centuries. Over and over and over again, they brutalized you, tortured you, red-rummed you in a bad, bad way, and they laughed with their little crown on that wasn't even theirs. You're letting go of the experience of trauma bonding, gas lighting, love bombing, shady people, mask wearing people coming out to harvest you of all your stuff. You lay with these people. That's why I think it is said, You know, that marriage is very important, because if you out there recklessly having sex like this, every time you bump, you're giving away the soul value. Boop, there you go. Boop, there you go. Oh, that was real good sex. Boop, there you go. You're working hard, trying to get ahead, and then you go have reckless sex with somebody at the bar or wherever. Boop, there goes all your profit. Boop, you just gave it to them. And you wonder why you never get anywhere. That's the message. As terrible as it is, that's the message. Watch out for this hierophant. This dude is coming in for your crown. He took it last time. They said they had to sacrifice you because you had an attitude. They didn't like your perception of reality. Your royal family values. Queen of Swords, truthful, straight up, loyal to the Most High. And these people wanted you to conform to their ideas about how they could use your mind, your body, your energy. And they didn't care anything about it. They cursed you. They cursed you and took your crown. Don't let them in. Because you got a victory over them and you're letting it go. You can see very clearly who they are. They've been cut off from your crown. You're a legend, a high value legend, and you're already in union with somebody here. In the spirit. So you're protected by this family. That you have been brought into. Okay, that's the message. I hope it clarifies something you already intuitively knew. And I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.